I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Prolong Lash YouTube channel. I'm Jodie, the CEO of Prolong Lash, sitting here with the delightful Alicia, our head of marketing. How are you today? I'm very well. How are you?
I'm okay, actually. I'm just okay. I had a little bit of a Japanese sake night last night. Am I allowed to say that? Yes.
Party.
It's a bit too much
What you
party.
do in your private time is up to you, but
It
you're
was,
here.
it was a happy hump day party. So that's what it was.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Let's get into it today. We have got an amazing topic for you. We're bringing you something really exciting to talk about today. So it's a double-edged sword today. You can take it as someone that's out there looking for a good lash artist, or you can be a lash artist listening to it and working out in your head how you can be the one that the client is looking for.
Yeah, so what are people looking for in a lash artist, and how do you find a good lash artist?
I know how to find a good lash artist. Sitting right next to me, the best lash artist in
Thank
Australia.
you.
So yeah, when I first got into this industry 5 years ago, of course, one of the things that I had to look at that I'd never really looked at before was lash artists and where they're located and how many in each area. But the one thing that I noticed when I was looking for a lash artist myself personally, I just went straight to reviews because I didn't know anything about the lash industry, so to speak. So let's start with reviews.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way for, who doesn't get on an online store and go straight to the review of a product?
Absolutely. The best way to find someone is to be recommended a lash artist. And if you're not being personally recommended some, you can look up reviews. And keeping in mind that often people leave reviews more than when they're unhappy than when they are happy. So if you're seeing someone that's got a lot of good reviews, like goldmine, I think, because everyone's going to have people complaining if they're not feeling good about something. But if you're happy and you're love your lash artist's work, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to jump online and start spruiking them and saying that they're the best thing since sliced bread, because we're all busy, and if you're happy, you're just happy and you go on with your life. So I think good reviews speak so loudly, even louder than bad reviews.
Yes.
And everyone's going to have a bad review every now and then. If they have the occasional one or have one bad review out of 50, not every person is for everyone, and maybe they didn't click, and maybe this person who wrote them a bad review was having a bad day or something, having a bad week, month, life, who knows. And maybe it's nothing to do with the lash artist. So I think take some bad reviews with a grain of salt. But if people have good reviews, like, that is gold.
Yeah, it is gold. And so as the customer or the client you look for reviews, and as the salon owner or the lash artist, make sure that you're encouraging your clients to leave you reviews.
Absolutely.
Because that's how a new client is going to find you.
Yeah.
So
you can incentivize people as well, just think of it as like a bit of a reward for taking that time to write about you, because if you know that they love your service and they're happy and they keep on coming back, they'd be happy to write you a review. But sometimes it's just that time where you think, oh, I just don't have time to be writing a Google review or whatever reviews platform you use. So maybe offer 10% off for a review for next time or whatever.
Because that's gold, because you've just found me with that review.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's my main thing. What do you think is the main thing for you?
I would want my lash artist to be qualified and, be spruiking that qualification as well. Many lash artists will put their qualifications up on the wall in a frame, and actually be showing them off. If they don't have certifications displayed, I think you're well within your rights to ask what their certifications are, to see their certifications. And if they can't produce certifications, that would be a red flag for me. I'd be like, well, how do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, because the trainings, as we've talked about so many times in so many episodes, there are loads of lash artists out there. There are a handful or a level, like they're tiered lash artists, and we need the good ones to be putting lashes on the clients so that the lash industry has a really good name.
Yep.
So certification and training is really important.
Yeah.
And if you're not certified or trained in your salon, get certified properly and put that up on the wall, because that's
Yeah.
what Alicia's looking for.
Yes, that's how I'll find you to do my lashes. But I think as well, there are a lot of options for training out there. So just because someone is trained or has a certification on their wall doesn't necessarily mean, okay, great, they are the best. So it does go hand in hand with other things like the reviews, like word of mouth, and like going into the space and getting a feel for it. I mean, when you walk in there, I think you can get a vibe as to what kind of quality you're going to receive. Is the area clean? Does it look nice? Is it neat? Does it smell good? You know, things like that are a good indicator about what you're going to get, what you're going to receive in your service.
And it's because that's a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like that can't be put into a colour paint, or it can't be put into a smelling incense. It's how you feel when you're in there. And that's really important to me. If I'm not comfortable in an area, like even when we record our podcast, sometimes when I walk into the area, if it's messy, it puts me in a frame of mind that, oh, I'm messy, I've got to get sorted, I've got to get everything organised. When I walk into any place, retail stores, salons, I like it to be visually appealing to me, but I like it to feel, I like the staff to be dressed nice, and I like, you know, I know the smell's important, but if I'm not comfortable, I won't stay.
Yeah. I think if a lash artist is taking pride in their space and themselves, and they're turning up wearing something, you know, nice, they're not wearing their just track pants and their Ugg boots or something, and
or having their cat jump over you while you're having your lashes done.
Exactly. Well, okay. This Jody is referring to me.
Yes, I am.
But you were not a paying customer, Jody.
Okay, sorry, we got right on.
Lash wife.
I know. So I have to deal with your animals.
Well, I would never have let my animals be in my salon when I run a salon, but you were in my home office.
Okay. All right, sorry. But I actually felt comfortable with that because I like animals.
You know, and also they're kind of like a hot water bottle, just a little cat sitting on you, just purring away, keeping you warm.
Away with your cat. So many places to go there, but let's get back on track anyway.
Yeah. You need to give the vibe as a lash artist. You need to give the vibe and really provide the proof is in the pudding. You know, it's all well and good to slap a coat of paint and go, yeah, this looks neat enough. But if you're not keeping things clean and dust free and hygienic, it's going to show. And as a customer walking through those doors, that's a red flag for me if you don't feel that the space is really clean and that the lash artist really cares about the service they're putting forward.
Yeah, because then you worry about what they're going to stick in your eye and on your eye.
That's a good point that you made about what they're going to be sticking on your eyes, right? So it's fair as a lash customer to ask them, what kind of products are they using? Like, where are these coming from? Like, did they just hop onto Temu or something and buy the cheapest lashes that they could get, or are they buying from a reputable lash brand that have certifications around their products and things like that as well? Because if you're going to allow someone to stick the cheapest thing on you, are they someone that cares about your eye health and your lash health and actually doing a great service, or do they just care about how much money that they can make off the set of lashes?
Do you think price point is reflective of how much they pride themselves? Like, if you're shopping around as a customer and your focus is price, you're going to get what you pay for. So if a salon charges a fair bit of money, and I'm not even going to put a price tag on it, there's so many different price levels, I would assume that someone with a higher price point would be someone that respects their work more.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, it's not 100% of the time, it's not always the case, but I would say yes. If someone's charging cheap prices, they can't afford to be getting high-end products and good quality glue and good quality lashes to be sticking on your eyes, because if they're only charging, say, $30 for a set, I mean, it can cost upwards of $8 to $10 just for the good quality items alone, just for one set. So they're not making any money if they're using good quality products. They're not using.
So there's a hint.
Yeah.
The price list too. Another thing for me that I really like to look at is their socials. I know this is ridiculous, but I love photos. I like to see photos because everyone has such different shaped eyes and different looks, and as you know, you're the expert, but I see some people with lashes I just don't think suit them.
Yeah.
And I've had lashes before, that tried lashes when I put them on myself, and then you've done them. When you do them, you customize them for my eyes, so
Yeah.
it suits my eyes perfectly. So that's another thing I suppose you really need to look at, is if someone's doing the right job for people's eye shapes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's like a really good point. Like, if you walk into a lash salon and they don't have a consultation with you, like, red flag. If they're just like, lay down, I do the same set of lashes on every single person that walks out, that sort of says that they don't really care about what they're doing, in my opinion, because they don't care what it's going to look like as the end result. If your eyes are very different to someone else's and you're getting the same lashes on, that just, I don't like that at all. I would expect to see a consultation at the start of my appointment, even some mapping. Like, not everyone does extensive mapping, but even just sort of going through and saying, I'm going to do blah, blah, blah sizes in different spots. Like, if someone's mapping your eyes because they'll get you to look at them. Sometimes they'll leave marks on your eyes with a marker that can be washed off. For them to reference when your eyes are closed, because your eyes look very different when they're open to when they're closed. So if they haven't looked at your eyes open and sort of checked them and analyzed them before laying down, then they do a set of lashes on your eyes closed. When you open, they can look really different to what you thought that they were going to look like.
But as somebody that doesn't put lashes on, does every single person map, or can a really good lash artist? So just as a customer walking in, a client walking in, and the person looks at my eyes but doesn't map, is that okay? Like, it's okay not to have too much consultation? Are you, like, you're really good at it? You
Yeah.
look at me every day. She loves me.
I'm obsessed.
She looks at me every day, so she knows, my shape and everything. But when
Yeah.
I go and get them done, you're very quick how you do mine. Is that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would have still done a full consultation with you when I first did your lashes. Like, I know what you like now. So once I've mapped you, I don't really need to do it again. But for the first time, yeah, I would expect a full consultation and some mapping to be done. And even some people might be incredibly good at mapping and they do it in their head and they're just looking at you. But that will still take looking eye to eye with someone, having a conversation with them so they can see. I want to see, what's happening when you're blinking, when you're turning, when you're looking around. I want to see what your eyes are doing when you're having a conversation, so I can be aware and be like, you know what? This eyelid has a downturned eye, whereas the other side isn't downturned. So I want to make sure that the lashes are not going to exacerbate that and make it look more obvious. I want it to sort of even the eye out. And when you put lashes on eyes, sometimes you can really make it obvious that there is a difference between the eyes, because very few people have perfectly symmetrical eyes or just even symmetrical eyes. So putting lashes on can just be like, make something really obvious that wasn't so obvious there before. So I think it's really important to make sure that you're doing the best lashes that you can do on someone.
Because that person walking out is not going to leave you a good review
No.
if you've made something that they're aware of too.
Yeah.
And something interesting you said then was, you actually said to ask the client what they're interested in, because you know what I like. But I said I just want them to look really natural. I don't want too many of them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know exactly what to say. So pictures are good. That's why I say look at pictures, and you don't come out with the big Russian volume cat's eyes or whatever style that you don't want.
And speaking of pictures, when you're looking on Instagram, just remember Instagram is Instagram, and if you can sort of look at it with an eye for the detail and try to think that is this an edited photo? Look at it, look at the details, look at the intricacies. And it's really hard now because people are really great at Photoshop and people want everything on Instagram to look aesthetic and beautiful and not natural. So just think about what I'm being shown on Instagram. Is it really what I'm going to get in real life?
And also with the Instagram, make sure that if it's the natural look you want and the person that you're looking up is doing constant photos of really thick, long volume lashes, that might be the artist for you.
Yeah.
That might be a thing that you can automatically look at and say, well, that's not what I want at all.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because a lot of artists will specialize or they'll have a skill somewhere. Some people's skill is to do an amazing set of mega volume lashes, and they're so thick and they do like a very straight line. And if you want a wispy, soft look, it's kind of not fair to go to a lash artist who specializes in mega volume and go, I want something really soft and wispy, because, I mean, you might be challenging them. They might like that, but it's not probably their skill set. If they're advertising sets that look quite different to what you're after, just aim for what you're looking for. You know, don't just find the closest lash artist. If you want something particular, find the person who's doing your style, the style that you want, over location.
Yeah,
proximity
that's
to you.
really important, isn't it? To make sure that they're doing what you want,
Mm-hmm.
that the look that you want. I mean, even the makeup, when you see the shots they do on Instagram, I even go by how the makeup looks.
Mm-hmm.
If the makeup's really heavy and the photos are really, you know, aesthetically not pleasing to what I like personally, then I won't go to that person either. Like, that will turn me off.
Yeah, yeah. And as a lash artist, it's like the right thing to do is advertise your work as it really is. You know, maybe you're...
Don't trick us.
Yeah.
Stop tricking us.
Well, maybe you're a jack of all trades, and maybe you do all types of lashes, and maybe you love to do that. So great, like, share your scope of work and all the skills that you have. That's cool. But like, I know that I tried doing mega volume. It's just not my thing. I prefer a softer, more natural set of lashes. Classics are my jam. But when mega volume became the thing, I always love to try everything new, because I just enjoy. I just enjoy. I'm a lash nerd. But I did do mega volume, and I did a couple of sets of mega volumes on models just to try it, and it was fun and exciting. And then I put it on my Instagram being like, oh cool, look at these lashes I did. And then all these people were like, I want those. And I was like, oh, this is such a mistake. I don't want to do these all day. I don't like them. And I had heaps of people wanting them.
That is a really good example. That's exactly what we're talking about. It's a real personal experience of something that, so you were advertising something and it wasn't your expertise.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have been tricking us.
Well, I wasn't tricking. I just didn't want to do it. And I was sharing it because it was exciting that I tried something new. And I acknowledge that was a mistake.
That's good. So we've just saved you a mistake.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that as a lash artist, and as someone looking for something, make sure the work's consistent with what you are after for your face.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that kind of wraps it up, but one thing that's really important that you were fabulous at, because obviously you had an idea about it, make sure that your lash artist is giving you information on how to care for your lashes. You know, once they're on your face and they're there, I had no idea. I didn't know whether I could start blinking straight away. Like, I actually didn't know how to act with the lashes on for the first time. Alicia was fantastic. She said, okay, there's this product on the market called Prolong Lash. You use it twice a day on your morning and night. Wash your lashes at all time. I didn't know that. So you got to make sure that, you don't have to make sure, but education on aftercare as a lash artist is important. But as the client looking, ask the questions if you're nervous about what you do with your lashes. Make sure that your lash artist has the answers, that you're going to see someone that can give you the answers to your questions.
Yeah.
And even the even the retail space, when I walk in, I like to know that someone's got products there, that it's a follow-up service, that they're not just going to put the lashes on my face and I'm going to leave. They're going to say to me, this is what you need to take to care for them. This is what you need to do. This is a great product.
Yeah. Sometimes when you're finding a lash artist, that's kind of a hard one to scope, because that's so often left to the end, and you realize that's what you're looking for. But thank goodness you're listening today, and you know now that you can ask that at the start and be like, what do I do with them after I get them on? You can do that when you're booking your appointment with them. How do I look after them? What do I do? And what products should I be using? And can I buy those products from you? They're reasonable questions to ask a lash artist, and if they're worth their salt, they'll have all the answers to those questions.
There you go. That's a big thing for me. I think, what did I ask you? Can I go swimming straight away?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
And I asked that, and you have to ask those questions, because I was actually going away once we had that done, and I knew there was going to be a pool. You're right.
Sorry, my things are falling off. I'm sorry.
For those of you that can't see this, her things are her headset.
My things. My ear things.
Could have been anything.
Called?
Headsets. What are they called, actually?
Aren't they called a headset?
Headset.
Ear things.
Yeah.
I'm going to call them my things.
Anyway, yes, I asked if I could go swimming. And so if you're going away for a weekend, or most people I take that back. A lot of people get lashes for events. So ask the questions about the event you're going to. If you have a question, if it's, going to the heat, if you're going to the cold, if you're going to swim, and your lash artist should be able to tell you the answer.
Is your event a surf competition?
Yes, that's the,
Well, you can wet them. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, we love wetting lashes.
Yeah, lots to think about, lots to consider when you're looking for someone. And also, I suppose one thing is, once you've had the set done, once you've had your lashes done, and they've been fantastic with the aftercare, and they've ticked nearly all your boxes, I hope you like them, personally. You
do have to click.
You have to click.
You spend time with this person, you're laying on a bed, your eyes are closed, you kind of have to trust them. It's like who knows what they're doing in the room while your eyes are closed for an hour and a half. You do need to have a trust, a vibe about someone. And maybe you're the type of person who just goes there for a lash nap and doesn't talk to anybody, but I still think that you need to feel comfortable with the person. And if you're the type of person who wants to talk the whole time, you're going to have to click so that you can develop a friendship.
Well, even if even if you're laying there and you're not the person that wants to have a sleep, that you want to snooze through but the lash artist is a talker.
Yeah. Is it going to work?
Is that going to work for you moving forward? And I get that vibe when I ring up on the phone to make a booking. I know everyone does the online thing. I'm a bit of I like to call because I like to hear, hi, how you going? Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me see what I've got. That friendly tone on the phone is it's a win for me. That's a real win for me. Personality.
I'd rather die than make a phone call. I would just rather not go to an appointment ever again.
You don't like the phone calls, do you?
Nah.
You love robots and online booking.
Yeah. If I have to call you, I'm not coming.
I like cuddles and phones.
Don't touch me.
Actually, there was a t-shirt the other day I was flicking through, and I think I sent it to you. A t-shirt or a top that says, don't hug me or something. It's what it's saying.
Oh, no, I can't remember.
Anyway, Alicia doesn't really
Don't hug me.
And I'm a hugger, so... Anyway, okay, well, I think that about wraps up today.
Yeah.
Listen to our advice. Listen to our advice when you're searching for someone, and listen to our advice as a lash artist to how to be the one that is being searched for.
Yep.
That was a bit of a mouthful, wasn't it?
Very good. I agree. And if you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up. Check out our socials. If you want to buy Prolong to look after those beautiful lashes that you're getting, you can jump onto www.prolonglash.com and .au for Australia. And check out our Aussie Lash Wives podcast as well if you want to take us around in your pocket. And that's about it.
That's about it for us today. Thanks for joining us, and till next time. Ciao.
Bye.